Hello and welcome back. It's time for Chit Chat with Two Teas. As usual, I am your host and counseling psychologist, JL Valdez. And with me today, our extra special guest today is the disruptor himself, Mr. Kenny Phillips. Yay!
Wow.
Welcome.
You looking for a job?
Yeah. It's a pleasure to have you. It's been long in coming,
Yes.
but we know that nothing happens before it's time.
True.
Yeah. So I labeled you a disruptor. That's an inside joke. So don't ask us about it. Right? But maybe you could tell our viewers and our listeners a little bit about yourself. Because the name is known, but how many people know the man behind the name?
I'm always flabbergasted and blown away when people say, you're the icon.
Mm-hmm.
People know you're like, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
I don't know that.
Well, you know now.
No,
I'm telling you.
I know I'm just doing my thing.
Yeah.
And my thing has always been to get the thing
Yes.
out there.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Weeting.
Mm-hmm. I have started in this music industry and try to conquer or get over all the hurdles that I meet.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, I started as a musician.
Okay.
My mother bought my first guitar.
Oh.
Told me to hide it from my father.
Okay. Why?
Because he wouldn't approve.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
And I've lived to see the day that my father said, my son is a musician, you know.
How did that feel?
Emotional.
Oh.
So, and my mother, she told me next month.
Mm-hmm.
She said, next month I'll be 87, you know, so I could still cut your tail. And
Yeah.
I said, no.
Once you know. Once you know.
She's frightly with your little self.
Is your father still alive or he passed?
No, he passed.
Okay.
My mother is around.
Yeah.
So I always give all kudos to my mother because she was the one who told me when I used to thief my sister's guitar and to play with it. Because she went convent.
Oh, she went to convent.
She went Naparima.
Oh.
Girls. My daughter went convent.
Okay, but where did you go?
I went Naparima boy.
Okay, the way you say it. Yeah.
No. I mean, nobody has a story too.
Yeah.
But she went Naparima girls, and when they going to school, the first thing is they buy a guitar and they learn to play guitar.
Yeah.
Guitar and a recorder.
Yeah.
So she had a recorder.
Still that recorder thing.
Yeah. Before I pan,
Yeah.
No, that's another story.
That's another story.
So I see this guitar and I like this guitar. When she go to sleep, I will go up on the cupboard, thief the guitar, go downstairs.
And play.
Not knowing what I was doing. I was playing.
Yeah.
Move the bridge, do things I ain't supposed to do.
Yeah.
So when I finished, I carried back up on her. So next morning when she go to school, the bridge.
Yeah.
Can you defend my guitar again?
Again.
My mother said, listen, get your own guitar and go on to classes.
Say less. How old were you?
Late actually, I was 15, 16.
Okay.
Yeah. I'd finished NAP 17.
Okay.
And she was in sixth form. And
Okay.
Kind of, you know that the first guitar lesson, I went to Mr. Gaskin on Cooper Street. First lesson, me and I finished the book.
So you are a prodigy.
I wasn't go so far. I like it.
Yeah.
So, you know.
So you were excited.
I finished the book. On to the next book. You understand? And the rest is history.
Wow.
My guitar tutor, he used to teach me, we used to jam.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
He was amazing. So I had a good few guitar tutors in these. Mr. Gaskin was one, Mr. Farrell was one. Mr. Farrell was one who used to play in bands.
Okay.
He used to play in Watty Watkins Orchestra.
Watty Watkins Orchestra.
You know that name?
No.
Wow. Such a music.
But I heard you were in a band.
Many.
Yeah.
And this is when I was learning to play for him. And he said, I could carry you, but you have to learn to read.
Yeah.
I said, well,
So all the time you were playing music by ear?
Still playing music by
ear.
Right. He said you had to learn to read and thing. I'm like, I could cut out. I could anything I hear I could play. So he took me into the band and he was the actual, you know, guy that crossed their foot on it.
Yes.
Well, big band.
Yes,
a
yes.
Big band, 5 horns.
Yeah.
So I am there playing. No, I could strum.
Yeah.
Strum. And when they have a section on the music sheet where I have to play, like,
yeah,
could not sight read.
Mm-hmm.
And he tell me during the I tell her you had to learn to sight read, you know. And he had to pick it up from me, and I feel like a penny.
Yeah.
But
it was motivation.
It was motivation.
Mm-hmm.
See all it. I go do for it.
Mm-hmm.
I always do that.
Yeah.
When I take that blow,
yeah,
and make that blow my impetus to.
Yeah.
I will do for you.
Yeah. To succeed.
I've done that my whole entire life.
I feel like that's your trademark.
Huh?
Yeah. I feel that's your trademark.
Yeah. Me on?
Yeah.
Watch me. You understand? And I went both.
Yeah.
I ended up recording some of the biggest bands in the country and arranging for the,
So I'm very interested in how we get from Mr. Gaskin to that and to WACK. So before we get there, I want to find out what's in your cup, right? So what do you have here for the people?
I drink really strong.
Yeah, really, really strong. Yeah.
Should be on the rocks.
So you have water, right? Very good.
I don't drink alcohol.
Right.
I try not to drink alcohol.
Okay. I guess you could only have like so many vices. And music seems to culture is really yours. Yeah.
No,
so
I tried not to drink alcohol. I think the last time I drank a beer would have been 6 months ago.
Okay. So. That's good.
And that's when it was forced on you when you had no choice.
Yes.
You can't get away.
Yeah.
Beer.
And you're like, what am I gonna do? I have to drink it. Yeah.
So and that's in my cup. I don't drink alcohol.
Yeah.
I used to be in bands that I've seen drugs.
Yeah.
I was a little boy in the band.
Mm-hmm.
And I used to be driving a Jeep. And I used to be, the band used to, this band was the hot band, right?
Mm-hmm.
Hot band in Trinidad, right?
Mm-hmm.
For the whole 2 weeks of carnival, we would stay in our apartment in town.
Yeah.
And we playing every night. So when we finish thing, we go back to the apartment.
Yeah.
And I was the driver.
Mm-hmm.
So I used to have to make the Zigua.
Yeah.
Park up by a place. Watch them fellas.
Yeah.
These are big men to me.
Yeah.
Go and put their hand over the wall. Buy something and I would hear them.
Yeah.
And I did not know what that was.
Yeah.
I was so young and stupid. I did not know what it was.
When did you know what it was?
Well, they tell me they had their room, I had my room. I'm in there with this douche bottle and real heavy stuff.
Yeah.
Spoon.
Right.
Rock.
Yeah.
Fire.
Mm-hmm.
And I stand up by the door. Who's that? What are you doing?
Mm-hmm.
Young boy, don't come around this. Nah, you can't come around this. Don't come around this. But what it is? Do not come around this.
We don't want you to know what it is.
That was my introduction.
Yeah.
And I would watch them. I saw this. The douche bottle, a Hennessy bottle, a clean Hennessy bottle. They don't even have that again.
Yeah.
And they would do the thing, make the spoon, make the thing, drop in the Hennessy bottle, and put the fire underneath, right? And take them out and pull this Hennessy bottle.
What?
And here me go there, pulling like this. You see all the veins in the neck?
Yeah.
And that smoke would be like this.
Wow.
Like a snake. No matter how hard they pull.
Yeah.
That.
Yeah.
Something can't be right with that. That thing moving like.
I have a mind of its own. Yeah.
I have seen freebasing.
Yeah.
I've seen them fall off the map. I've seen them come back on the map.
Yeah.
So I promise never, ever to do drugs. Never, ever. I smoked marijuana already.
Yeah.
It wasn't good.
Right.
The outcome was
it was not a good experience for you.
Stupid. So I stay away from that kind of thing, right? So that's why alcohol and smoke. And my father was a chain smoker too, so I probably had to do that. So
Well, it worked out good for you. So far, so good.
Oh, I'm kind of mad on some other parts.
We'll get to that.
Yeah.
I have pineapple juice because
I like that. Too.
yeah, no,
Yeah,
it's Lent, so I'm not drinking.
Oh, okay.
Yes, but I also like pineapple juice. Yeah.
Me too.
Good
Yes.
people.
Yes.
We are the best, honestly.
Kind of, you jump down a wee quickly, you know.
Oh, sorry. All right, my bad. It's just me by myself.
Oh, you know, we, you know, I know me too.
Oh, you hear we have me laughing. Anyway, so you start guitar, you're jamming. Today, you are a well-known composer, producer, arranger. You own WACK 90.1 FM, right? Because you want to get wheating out there, and that's one of the major steps. How we get from Mr. Gaskin to WACK?
Well, a good story. Good question. From Mr. Gaskin, I ended up in Walter's School of Music.
Right.
The band, not the school.
Okay.
Spent 2-3 years there. And the whole idea was to be a professional musician.
Right.
At that time, I really didn't know what a professional musician was.
But you know what you wanted to be.
I know that sounds good.
How was that taken? I mean, you spoke about your dad a little while ago. How did your parents receive that? Because that wasn't seen as a viable option then.
My father didn't take that. He didn't take that.
Yeah.
Yeah, work. I said, but I want to be a studio rat. I want to be a professional musician.
Yeah.
But get a job. Yeah, my father was the president of South Corp. Remember South Corp?
Maybe a little bit before me, but it's okay.
Okay. Yeah, he was the chairman of the board.
Okay.
And so I got a job there.
Right.
In the grocery. It was a grocery cooperative society. So I used to wrap goods. I used to be in the meat room, that kind of thing. I got a little job. But my goal was to be a musician.
Professional musician.
And this was the days when they didn't have internet.
Yeah,
so you could never see.
Yeah.
You know what was the internet? Magazines.
Yes. Yes, I will agree to that.
Yes.
Yes.
I used to buy musician magazine, guitar player magazine,
right?
Mix magazine. We used to bring it down from
abroad. For you? Yes.
And I would read them over and over.
Yeah.
Sometimes they're most outdated, but that's what I have.
Yeah.
I'll go, and it used to hardly have it in the bookstores.
Yeah.
That was my internet at the time.
Yeah.
And I know I want to do this. And from we at working in the co-op, Walter School of Music. Walter School of Music was one of them music schools for young children.
Yeah.
Yeah, come stand and project, you know, them kind of. But I want to jam.
Yeah.
So the band kind of had a band.
Right.
Playing covers, popular music.
Okay.
Used to play on the promenade when they had bandstand thing. So we thought we were ready for prime time. We thought.
You thought?
We thought. And there was a place in Port of Spain called Palava Place and Rolls Royce.
Okay.
Remember the Rolls Royce?
I know the car.
Yeah. Rolls Royce was a joint where bands used to come and be featured.
Okay.
Like different nights and different bands. You'll come there and musicians will hang out. Bands will play.
Cool.
It's not one now. I think that one now.
Okay.
Anyway, so we decided we go in a Rolls Royce jam. Walter School of Music. Now this is a far cry from what Walter School of Music.
Actually, right. Yes.
I know I want to do that.
Yeah.
So everybody with the band will do that. So we went there and we performed and we did well.
Right.
The band was singing good. I mean, really singing good, singing like, hey,
a band. Yeah.
And after that gig, guy from Majors, B-flat Majors, and you know that one.
Wow. No, sir.
That was a band in town.
Okay.
Right? They used to do Michael Jackson and
they
used to, you know, they used to be a cover of plenty Michael Jackson, plenty Afro head thing. Yeah. That kind of thing. Which I never had an afro, so I don't know what.
Never had an afro?
No. It was a frightened fro. It was
a frightened fro?
It wasn't really. You know what I mean? But, so, after the gig, one of the guys comes and say, hey, your song really good.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we think I'll come in and play we band. I said, nah, I'm Walters.
Mm-hmm.
He said, all right, well, if you're, you know, if you're interested.
Mm-hmm.
Boom, we reach back, fresh from this nice gig. We get a fete. Walters School of Music get a fete.
Mm-hmm.
The fete was in Mondiablo.
Oh, Deep South.
Center.
Yes.
A man here with the band and say, oh, let us do a fete.
Yeah.
But that kind of music we play.
Yeah.
But the fete was on, whatever night it was on, the next morning, Walters School of Music, which is the Here Comes Santa Claus.
Yes.
Children and them with the guitar.
Yes.
Had a taping in Hilton.
Okay.
So they say, so what you gonna do? So I said, well, go and do the fete.
Yeah.
And from the fete,
you'll go Hilton. Yeah.
Walters School of Music, Madam Walters. Come and say, no, you're not doing that. We do this every year, and this is our staple, and this is what we do. I said, but that is part of being a musician.
Yeah.
We could take a maxi from there,
yeah,
go up to the Hilton,
and still make it on time.
And straight from the. That is being a musician. That to me, I was getting to be the musician
that you wanted to be.
Say no, you're not doing it. Now mind you, she is the mother and she's not the leader of the band.
Right.
And I looked at the leader, we put on your head.
Say no, surrender.
I said, well, here what? I am going to be a professional musician. And if you all don't want to be a professional musician, I go on.
It's not a business. You go on.
And I was playing money. Mind you, I had a big 6-speaker amp. I stole all of it. That was the amp I was using. And I played man. Say, Paul, you don't want to go. I gone, you know. I done. Say, I go and pack up my thing and I go and I pack up my guitar. And
you hold up the amp. Bad mind.
Say, Curtis, let me just. You know, you talk your way, you gotta fulfill it.
Yeah.
And as I left Walters, I went straight into Majors.
Right.
And Majors now, the next 3 years of Majors. And Majors was like a young band in Port of Spain, fighting against the bands used to be Callian, Charlie's Roots, Chandelier, Fireflight.
Right.
I remember anything of Blue Ventures. Those were the bands.
Right. I know Blue Ventures with Ronnie McIntosh.
Right.
And then I've heard of Callian.
Was in Chandelier too.
Yeah. I heard Callian
right.
and Charlie's Roots in Lorraine.
Right. Yes.
And well, Charlie's Roots because of David Rudder.
Right.
So and so bad.
And Tambu.
Right. And so bad. I learned in the kids of the day. I come in like I scream.
Yeah. So they were the bands. And Majors was one who was always there. Lot of potential. They could real sing, they could real play, they could perform, but it just always there.
Yeah.
And so I went into the band and I was the little one from South.
From
little
South.
boy. I used to travel, and when I got a car, drive. I was working in the bank.
Right. Okay. So you moved from the co-op to the bank.
Yeah. The bank was safe.
Yeah.
Salary.
Yeah.
But that's not what I wanted to do.
No.
Right?
Disruptors can never be safe.
Yeah, boy. So my father was happy I working in the bank and a good salary.
Yeah.
In a good salary in the bank and realized that getting into the music and more of the music and more of technology and more, I started to see more where the bank can cut into it. And I started
to make a choice.
Started doing my own demos. Started being a techno rat. Not even technocrat, techno rat. Because you dig deep.
Yeah.
And I saw where technology was changing. And everything that you used to know that you thought was the standard, everything was getting blown away. Everything was getting blown away.
Yeah.
You know, like a recording studio. But I mean, the size of this mall.
Yeah.
You know, then boom, a recording studio is in the laptop.
Yeah.
You understand?
Mm-hmm.
People didn't see that.
Yeah.
A lot of people didn't see that. So in majors, I got to meet my mentor, who's Les St. Paul.
Okay.
And Les St. Paul used to gig with majors every summer. He was a young arranger. And he was one of the youngest. And I'm talking when I say arranger, arranging for, you name it, he arranged for them.
Yeah.
Sparrow, Kitchen, blah, 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 blah. Arrow.
Yeah.
You understand? And he came into the band and I was there and he said, you young boy, you ever play in the studio? I said, no, but I want to. He said, okay. So date, so date,
Yeah.
da. And that was my first studio gig. Mind you, I could read.
Yeah.
Somewhat.
Right.
But when I play as though it's the last time I'll ever play.
Yeah. So you give it all that passion. Yeah.
Every time. So they see that. And he say, come on, do. And my first session was with a guy named Grabla. And there was a guy named Fortuna Reese, something like that. And when they put a sheet of music in front of me, now I could not play how I want to and read at the same
time. Yeah.
This was the first time.
Yeah.
So Fortuna Reese came and he pointed every bar. So I was playing and he would say, there's a repeat.
Right.
So I was trying to play my vibe, read with him. And he actually taught me to read like that. The other day in a funeral, I met him. I said, boss, you remember? You remember that session? No. I suppose you changed my life. Because I could have failed there.
Yeah.
That would have been it. That would have been the end of everything. And after that gig, it got so bad. I had a Jeep, right?
Yeah.
A Suzuki Jeep. After that gig, my equipment was in my Jeep 24/7, 360.
Just in case?
Not just in case.
Yeah.
I had gigs.
Oh.
I had gigs. I was going to the studio, come out with $10,000.
Wow.
You understand me?
So it start early.
Listen, we're going to a Kitchener. Kitchener, I played for Kitchener 9 years straight.
Wow.
In the studio. All give me the thing with the doctor, that's me on guitar.
Wow.
If I call some things you're Baron.
Right.
Feeling it.
Yes.
The guitar and Baron feeling it is me. Right? And
I don't think I knew that you played instruments before today. I didn't. I'm being honest, guys. One thing you'll know about me, I'll always be honest. Yeah. Because, okay, so me coming into this, at this stage, I know of other aspects. But you're doing a lot, sir. You've done a lot. So you have to forgive me. Right?
Did not just come from somewhere.
Yeah.
Instrumentation.
So that was your first love?
I'm a guitarist.
Yeah.
I was telling this story. I was telling this story to Desmond the other day. Sometime we went on tour. One of them bands, we went on tour. And I went to Samash, the music store in New York. And I'm looking for something specific. After my research and things, I'm looking for something specific for my guitar to song a kind of way. And I go in Samash and I say, you see that? I've been nice ultra harmonizer. Let me hear that. And I reach for it. And as I reach for this thing, our next man reached for it at the same time.
Oh.
But,
who's you?
Yeah. Man. You go ahead. You get it? I say, yeah, long I looking for this one. He said, man, it's bad, man. And we started to talk. And I said, but who's you? Well, I'm Nile. I said, Nile Rodgers from Chic.
I know of that band. For the name, yeah.
All right. So you see the guitar on Baron?
Yeah.
All right. You see the guitar on Diana Ross? I'm coming.
Yes.
Nile Rodgers, Chic. Looking for a tone.
Look at you.
So many times I've been in situations and or things that in the music that I work out in my head. this had to work so because it had to work so.
Yeah.
And you reach in the big shot place, and that's how they're doing it.
Yeah.
There was no internet. So
that was a nice confirmation for you in terms of like, you have this gift, you know this thing.
This is how it's supposed to be.
In your gut.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nobody show me that, but when you reach the big shot, that's how we do it. Okay.
So, you know, so because we're coming up the road, don't worry, I'll come back to my original question. But somebody who is such a huge cultural ambassador as yourself, right? I will say that. You say, I know about that, I will tell you.
Don't know about that.
Right? You have a whole station dedicated to only local music. Okay? You're a cultural ambassador.
But they tell me that can work.
But and it's working. When did you launch WACK? 2004?
Yeah, we're 20 years old.
Okay, thank you.
Okay,
great. All right, it's working. So, what for you, being a cultural ambassador, hearing people tell you things like a station dedicated solely to local music can't work, and doing the level of work that you've done with our local music, what are some of your pet peeves about the industry, about how people treat our music, our culture? Like, what are some of your pet peeves? Especially knowing that you have the gift in your gut, right? Because you were able to meet up with the big boys and them and see that they're doing what you're doing.
The pet peeve is that we the people, the masses, don't respect our own.
Yes.
You know, some of the other songs is only when a white man tell you you're good.
They say a prophet is never welcome in his own tongue.
Don't believe. We do not believe.
Yeah.
That's our problem. If we could shut off at Wednesday, we really don't believe.
Yeah.
And we accept the shut off. Like, hey, it's Lent, so we can't play. Like, so all the music that we do is jam and wine.
Yeah.
So we can.
And it's moved from it's Lent to Carnival done.
So
now Ash Wednesday.
I can't wait for Carnival to done.
Yeah. So now Ash Wednesday, you're back to hearing R&B, dancehall, everything else. Yeah.
And then you'll want to say, I chill it to the bone.
Yeah. And sing it loud.
What are you really?
Yeah.
What are you? Yeah. To the what? That is a pet peeve.
Yeah.
If you believe,
yeah.
If you fight, everything fight. Don't mama guy me.
Yeah.
If I don't like it, hey, some people say I don't like pan.
Yeah.
I could understand that.
Yeah.
Because when I first come in, the pan, 2004, I hated pan. Because it sounded like crap.
Yeah.
On the radio, back in the day, pan song like
noise.
Can I say shit?
You can say shit.
All right, shit. I mean, and I'm like, why? When I get into a band, in the center of a band, goosebumps and tears.
Yes.
So what happened? What happened?
Something in the conveyance, in the transmission.
So we don't know what that is? We can't fix that?
Yeah.
I made it my business to fix it.
I believe that.
I made it my business to fix it.
Do you have a particular band that you're affiliated with, or you work far and wide?
No,
Girl. I try to chop you up there.
Any South band is my band.
Okay. Any South band.
No, but I have partners in tongue bands too.
Oh, so. You try to make it.
All right, Devon.
Right, Devon. Okay. Yes. Right.
No, that is my horse.
Yes.
But I mean, but I love Panorama.
Yeah.
I love Pan.
Yeah.
I love a great sounding band. I love a great arrangement.
Yes.
Panorama is the Super Bowl of Pan.
How did you get into arranging for Pan?
I know, I do arrange for Pan.
You arrange for Pan? Okay.
I don't have time to arrange for Pan.
You really don't have time. You're doing 25 million things.
I arrange for collectors.
Okay. How did you get into that?
Well, okay. You're on the story.
We're on the story.
We reach majors. Less than.
Less.
Getting me in the studio.
Fortuna Reese
showing me what to do. And that was it. I want to do this.
Yeah.
I want to do this production thing. I want to do this. And I told Leston and Eric Michaud, who is he was the chief engineer at the time. I said, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna open my own studio. Now mind you, the studio there was big, time thing, big machine, the tape machine big so, the tape is big so, 24 track.
Yeah.
Big thing.
Yeah.
You know, you see it on them videos on them at tapes.
Yes, yes.
Right. That is the real deal.
Wow.
I said, I'm gonna do this, you know. I'm gonna buy a small tape. I'm gonna buy a track tape.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna do that. Leston and Eric roll on the ground laughing at me.
A track.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna record, and I can't cuss it.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're recording an effing thread.
Yeah.
Oh, you're a mad. As a madman.
He's a madman.
No problem. My mother, again, helped me buy stuff. And I had this recording studio downstairs, my mother's house.
Wow.
The first recording I ever do. That's how we went from.
Yeah.
That was majors. We didn't reach it where I get from majors to chandelier, but we're going to record it.
Right.
We're going to take in a road, we're going to the recording, we'll bring to the arranging.
Yes.
So recording will bring arranging.
Yeah.
So I have a recording studio and I produce it. Because I used to do a lot of demos and stuff. And the first recording I ever did, wow, was a real disruptor.
Yeah.
The first recording I ever did was Iowa George, Boom Boom Time, which was rumored.
Big up to important.
Rumored to one road march.
Rumored,
because Carnival Tuesday, the headline in the newspaper, Iowa George way ahead in the road march.
Yeah.
But Ash Wednesday, Duke is getting the prize for winning the road march with Thunder.
If I were like, all here tonight is over Boom Boom Time.
No, it's a good thing.
Yeah.
Because if that had happened with my first recording, our first song, you can talk to me.
It's true. Can talk to you.
Can talk to me.
Yeah. Wouldn't get this interview now.
No. You're very lucky. It is. I mean, we take it for right?
Yeah.
This was our first time. I know you could just come.
Yeah.
Who is you to just come
and mash up the place?
You understand?
Yeah.
Crazy one. So we pay with dues.
Yeah.
So I was the first song I did. The second next year I did Rolla Vitasa.
Can I tell you, I love that song. So for no other reason I wanted to meet you today. It was to tell you how much I love that song. I'm a Drippity fan. Wow. I love Drippity. But that song, that's my favorite.
To me, that was the words chutney, soca.
Yeah.
We put that together.
Oh no.
It was a song written by, because she was doing chutney.
Yeah.
Right? In Hindi.
Yeah.
And we say, well, why we don't write English lyrics or lyrics to this?
Yeah.
You don't know what you're saying.
Exactly. Yeah.
And Carl
right, Jacobs. Yeah.
Wrote the song to a Hindi song. And the chorus was chutney soca, is that where harmony whining nonsense? And that was the first time the words chutney soca were put together.
But you're not a cultural ambassador.
How do you understand?
Okay. All right.
So.
Right? disruptor, creating whole genres of music.
You know that the first words of Raga Soca.
That was you? Listen to me. Get this man his flowers, eh? Anyway.
Yeah. Moving on.
Yes.
Moving on. Oh, and my girl gone, Susan Michael.
Right. Rest in peace to Susan Michael.
And I did that song.
Yeah.
Trinidad Christmas is
the best.
So
that was definitely a South connection.
Mind you, with all of that we do there, you know that there are situations where men say we're not playing nothing from that fella there.
Why? Because you disrupt.
I'm a disrupt. Remember we marched the road for local content?
Yes.
I led the first march. I was the acting
like
president.
200 people.
You crazy?
Yeah.
200? I give you the whole story.
Yeah.
I was the acting president of RIOT, the Recording Industry Association. And we were agitating to get quotas.
Yeah.
Everybody
has content.
We have quotas.
Yeah.
The government told us they cannot give us quotas. We said, well, everybody has to have quotas. Canada is 60-40.
Yeah.
Canada have a thriving industry, movie,
yeah.
TV, and recording.
Yeah.
No, we can't give you that. We're going to match, we match. We did 3 matches. One of the matches where I had to hand deliver the letter to Ministry of Legal Affairs, which is Ramesh Lawrence Maraj, and hand deliver to 96.1, which was the top station in the country.
And they were not playing.
Not at all. And let me tell you a little life funny. We march in the road, 50% is what we want, and singing song, and everybody's there. Resistance before. Everybody is there. And where's the hand deliver the thing by 96.1? Everybody stop at that point.
Yeah, you're by yourself.
I alone.
You're by yourself.
I felt I had strength to in numbers, and I feel a little better. Me won.
Yeah.
And I was told after that I was banned off the radio. So you can imagine you're a taxi driver.
Wow.
And telling you cannot drive on no road in Trinidad.
That must have hurt though, because for all your life up to that point, you know, you've been given.
I was in that battle all the time.
Yeah.
I remember sitting on the back step in Philippines. Me, Ricky Jai, Preacher, Marshall, discussing how we're gonna get airplay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because once you're from South, you don't get it.
Yeah.
Like that.
Yep.
I mean, it's good now. Everything's good now.
Yeah, but people have to fight to get there. I
was a fighter.
Well, disruptor.
Yeah.
It's amazing that your disruption and your creativity work hand in hand.
When you push me this way, I push back another way.
Well, yeah, because I heard that you're renaming people and thing, because I heard that Ricky Jai's name was not always Ricky Jai. And I heard that you were the one to give him that name.
But he wanted to call himself Sammy J. That couldn't.
You said, who is Sammy J? Nobody know who that is. You have a home name?
What is that? You know what I mean?
Yeah. So you've been paving the way and fighting first, and that's the thing, it's not just you. You know, there are so many people coming up now who are benefiting from that and they don't even know. Right? So I guess it comes back again.
Well, once my children get benefit from it.
Yes. So we talked about, you know, in terms of what was boiling your water. We talked about your pet peeve of, you know, people not embracing the culture, disrespecting it. And you did mention your children. So I'm going to link that with our other segment, which is, how is your mental health?
Well, I've always been crazy. So,
well, okay. You heard it. You heard it first.
You know, but just going the opposite direction to everybody.
Yeah.
It's hard. But it's necessary. Somebody had to do it. Somebody had to, like, simple things. I decided to buy a car. I must thank Suzanne Michael for the car, because she did the Digicel ad.
Yes, and that was just last year, the year before.
2 years ago. That's the last time I saw her.
Yeah.
Digi Christmas is the best.
Yeah.
And I'm the producer of the song.
Yeah.
Ashford
Joseph
is the writer of the song.
Yes. Rest in peace. Yeah.
Ashford. And Digicel never contacted us.
What?
No, they thought it was just Suzanne. So, and God is a kicksman. You know?
He is very much a kicksman.
God say, you know, let me see. My son come to me. Daddy, one of your old clients come in to record over ad. I'm like, okay. She found fights about some Suzanne something and Trinity Christmas deal. So my bell started going.
Yeah.
I said, what ad? You know, we're doing an ad for Digicel. I said, and you all didn't call me?
I don't say permission.
Okay. No problem. He said, but we don't have to call you. My son is on the board.
Your son?
Tell me that we don't have to call you. We do about the music. Like, oh, it's like that.
Your son on the board of Cut?
Yes.
Right?
So I said, okay,
Organization of Trinidad Tobago.
No problem. So I didn't say anything. I just let them do it. Because I didn't want to make noise and they stopped.
Yes.
Do it. And they did it. But she made mistakes up in the other
side.
So she had to come
to correct it.
So God sent her there. So I could see it. And, and when we talking, I say, you know that you know the rights to do this, right? But go ahead.
Because it's you.
I could deal with it. And I called my lawyers and my son still holds. We play over the music. I said, unless all you do totally new music,
Exactly.
which will not be the same song.
Yeah.
I have rights in this.
Everybody could identify that as Trini Christmas is the best. Yeah.
Struggling to play that because I was not a keyboard player.
Yeah.
You understand? And I like, okay. And my problem was this. I've been always trying to get Digicel to come and put some ads on the radio.
Yeah.
And the guy who was my friend,
Yeah.
who was the marketing man, they say, well, we don't go on old people station and thing, you know, like,
Old people station.
okay. Put my tail between my leg and and boom, they take an old man song to advertise the thing. Like, I got you.
And wouldn't that have been the perfect marriage? Your song on your station.
Still never came. But
Wow.
so I wait until they finish, and then I call my lawyer, I call Cut, I call this one. And my son still again,
Yeah.
you have no rights. I said, boy, you're playing my music.
Yeah.
The line is mine, the music
Yeah.
is mine. So you had to pay. Okay, and boom. Next thing, a Friday, I get a call from Digicel. Mr. Phillips, we made a mistake, you know. We should have come
We
to
made
you.
a mistake.
I said, you should have. Well, let me talk now. I say, what? Let me talk Monday.
Oh. Yeah.
So, ting. Our new car.
Amen. Amen.
And
That is all.
I bought an electric car. And everybody say, no matter what, nobody knows to fix that. I say,
Disruptor.
well, they said the same thing when people was going automatic.
Yeah.
They said the same thing when hybrid came in. Come on now, the world moving, let me move. You understand? It was, the maths was just,
Not matter.
I spending $4,000 a month in gas.
In gas. Yeah.
I have not seen a gas station for the last 8 months.
And it's been beautiful.
Fantastic. So I'm saying, I technorat. I like things.
Yeah.
I like things. I like new things. I like crazy things.
Yes.
See, like AI.
Yeah.
Love it.
You love it.
Love. I is to control AI.
Yeah.
AI is to control.
And not to control you. Exactly. Yes.
And you have a radio station. So you always need voices.
Yeah. Yeah.
Look, they do the voice in the station and I change the voice on the AI. Look, I'm doing the UNC campaign broadcast. And their song, when UNC win, everybody wins.
Yeah.
Total AI.
AI.
Total.
Wow.
Write the words in and do the music.
So you are managing all of this, broadcasting, radio station, all the other things that we are not aware of that you're also doing, right? How is your mental health? How are you managing? How are you coping?
Sometimes it gets to you.
Yeah.
Sometimes you're at a point where you get up in the morning and you just can't move. Overwhelmed.
Yeah.
Too much to do. But I have to finish our little movie I was doing for the church.
Yeah.
Have to have church.
Right.
Have to have it.
Yeah.
Sometimes you go to church and you realize, you know, this is what I need.
Yeah.
This is what I need.
So your faith is big for you.
My faith is not as big as my wife.
Yeah.
But my wife preaches.
Okay.
Not that.
Yeah. Well, we all have our skills and talents.
You understand?
Yeah. She didn't write Trini Christmas is the best or produce it.
No, she did. But still. But no, I sometimes need that.
Yeah.
I need that.
Yeah. Center you.
Yeah. Because it could get.
Yeah.
Because your phone ringing all the time.
Yeah.
And so you have to weed out what makes sense or doesn't make sense. You know, Jill will call you and you don't know whether it makes sense or not.
Yeah. It will always make sense when she calls. Yeah.
Yeah, but you know what I mean?
Yeah. And when you feel overwhelmed like that, like apart from your faith, what helps you to feel better?
For drives, sometimes, you know, go and get food. Something other than out of the space.
Yeah.
Or do something else. If the pressure is editing something.
Yeah.
Do something
else.
And clear your head. I have a little aquaponics thing in the back of my house. I'm fighting up with.
Right.
Real fight. I enjoy it.
Yeah.
You know, I could just go and plant some seeds.
Yeah.
And watch it grow.
Yeah.
does something.
Especially for creative.
Yeah, fighting up with some spider mites.
Yeah.
I want to eat all my fruits. So
yeah,
we have a little battle.
Yeah.
A nice battle.
You have also seemed to pass on your creative genes to your sons, right? Did you think that that's something they would have gotten involved in? Were they always interested like you, or was it something that developed later on?
They were born in the studio.
Yeah.
I remember my wife used to be in the studio with me, with the big belly, with Casey.
Yeah.
We have pictures of her in the studio.
Oh.
We have pictures of Casey in the studio in Pampers, pulling. Casey put a piece of arrangement on Jump and Wave when he was 2.
Wow.
He pulled out a plug when we were this is the road march.
Yeah.
So the song was so he at that and he pulled the plug. Silence. I push it back in. That thing.
Wow.
Is gold. And
well done, Casey. Yes.
That's history, you know.
Yeah.
And you know, that song. 1, he just tell me that too fast, that ain't gonna work. 2, you see that stop at the end of that too long, nobody gonna play that.
Yeah.
Like, hey, thanks for your opinion, but let me see what goes on.
Yeah. You must be very, very proud seeing everything that they've done, knowing how hard you've had to work, and that basically kind of paved the way for them to have an easier time. Yeah. Yeah.
Look at it. Well, they're real lucky, you know, boy.
Did you have any reservations? Like when they told you that's what they wanted to do? Like, did you have any reservations about them going into it? Or were you just like, sure? Or did you want them to get like a job, like your dad wanted you to get?
No. Casey's first arrangement was 10.
Yeah.
He arranged a song for Iowa.
Okay.
I show him, I say, I will let this boy do this, you know.
I would probably thought you were crazy.
You're not a little boy, I say, give me a little chance. You know, I would never work with me again after that.
Yeah. Casey.
Like, he worked with me 1 or 2 songs, but Casey was his man. As Kyle too.
Yeah.
The only thing I was going to tell Kyle is stay out of my calypso, stay with your soca, stay out of my calypso.
I heard him in an interview, I think it was on Slam, and he was saying that he liked that. He liked the old within you, because I think he's doing some work where he's redoing some older calypsos. Yeah.
He mixes his calypso with the soca.
Yes.
In a kind of way.
Yeah.
If you realize, like, Marshall song is a
party
calypso in a form, you know?
Yeah.
And most of the top soca's calypsos.
Well, soca's born on calypso, eh? Yeah.
You know, Nadia is Sky so right through. Famanapi, Voice, Kiss, all.
Yeah.
Guys, but in a soca jacket.
So, you know, what's next for the Great Disruptor? The Great Disruptor, you're welcome.
Well, right now,
it doesn't seem like it's slowing down, eh?
Can't slow down. Can't. Right now, we are testing on Flow, and we're supposed to start testing on Ampere, which are cable channels.
Yeah.
Right, because I've been trying to move away from RF. I mean, you have to have it because radio is cars is radio.
Yeah.
Okay. But YouTube, internet, social media is where it is.
Yeah.
And they're paying.
Paying.
So we're doing some things that way. Testing actually going on right now. You see, I've always been one to, how to say this? I was doing some things on streaming.
Yeah.
When TSTT at the time.
TSTT.
Didn't even have the bandwidth capacity to do what I want to do.
Yeah. You've always been ahead of your time.
We were streaming already. Anything was sounding like the underwater.
Yeah.
And that's the speed they were giving me.
Yeah.
You know, so I enjoy that. I enjoy challenging the status quo.
Yes, that seems to be you.
Yeah.
100%.
That's right.
I hope that you always disrupt. That is my hope for you as you continue doing all the things that you're doing. I hope that you continue to always disrupt.
I try to do the right thing.
Yeah, disrupting. Yes, I think you
don't
do it successfully.
If you don't disrupt,
then
maybe everybody be on the treadmill doing the same
thing over and over. Yeah.
You jump off the treadmill and go the opposite direction.
It was like, hey, but what's over there?
Right?
Yeah.
Then the eyes open. They have a way, they have a next way. Different ways to go.
Different ways to go.
I met Marshall when he was 9.
Right.
I played on his first song.
Okay.
Less than the first song.
Is that too young to soca?
Yes. At 19, 10 years of never had a hit. You never saw that. He never had a hit between 9 to 19. And he went and do audio engineering.
Yes.
In it's not Full Sail. It's the next one.
And those in the state.
Another name, right?
Yes.
He went and he got a placement in Club Med.
Okay.
To go and be an engineer in Club Med. And he was going. So he told me he retiring.
At 19.
And around that time I had done Soca Santa for him. So that Trinity Christmas, Soca Santa,
Yes, classics.
Right? And I said, boy, you're 19, you cannot retire.
Yeah.
Yeah, but boy, this thing are working. They don't play me music.
Imagine that.
Yeah, that's how bad it was then,
Yeah.
And I said, look, give me, I never arranged a song for you. Just give me one shot. Give me one shot. And he said, all right, find the song, I'll go sing it. The rest is history.
Your rest is history.
Yeah.
What was the song?
Mama Ding Ding. Understand? The one where you had the puppets.
Yes, I remember it.
Go down low, Mama.
Ding Ding.
Yeah. Right. The rest is history.
All I had was local TV at the time, so I definitely remember singing. Yeah.
So, and then I did 3 years with him, left, right, back, post.
Yes. That's when they went to school.
And Take a Borrow.
I go pay back tomorrow.
Yeah. And then the year after that, he did Big Truck.
And Big Truck. Because it was those songs started the rise.
Yes.
And Big Truck was the explosion.
Yes.
Yeah.
So he and I have a connection.
Yeah.
Right.
Some people really the best.
Yeah. So I feel proud to see what he did. Not even what he did, the Mashkra.
But just his entire trajectory.
In Apollo.
Yes.
So
yep.
the world. I realized.
Yeah.
So it's amazing. I was there.
You were there?
I wasn't going, My sisters said, yes, you have to go.
That must have been a full circle moment for you. How you felt?
Wow. No, it was one of the best shows. I'll tell you something, in the last few months, last few shows.
Yeah.
Not during Carnival, but shows. The Calypso shows, the Soca, whatever you want to call it, have been great. That Apollo, Karina Shade, Rebirth.
Yeah.
Tribute to Stalin.
Yeah.
Tribute to Merchant. Fantastic. And I've been lucky to be able to have recorded all this and have one. You understand? So, really good shows.
Right. Big up you, Marshall. Thanks to Kenny. We still have you to party. Right? And with that, we want to thank you so much for being here. We drank some strong drinks. You told us about what boils your water, your pet peeves. We heard about your story, and I know that we probably need like 5 hours to get all the details, all the parts. So you might have to come back. We'll talk about that. Or we could go to your house, aka WACK, and we could talk about it there.
WACK is not the studio, the studio is the studio, and WACK is the station.
Oh, well, okay, so what's the name of the studio?
kmpmusiclab.
There we go.
Well, no, I had that cheap thing on the wall. It's KMP Music Lab. Bajan Republic.
Right.
And Precision Production.
Right. So everyone, the picnic day.
We're not sign on the way. Nowhere.
Yeah, for those who don't know, ladies and gentlemen, these are his offspring and their business he's talking about like this. All right. But yeah, we come in the studio and all right. Listen to me, we're not calling first to talk about this. Those are me can't remember and you're busy. Yeah. You're on cruise for 6 months.
What's your name again?
Who is it? How you get this number?
Oh, yeah. You know me? No.
Thank you so much for being here. It was such a pleasure.
Nice.
You know, and we really look forward to seeing you again.
Yeah, man, come.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
I like that. We're talking. And thank you, Ricardo's reminding me. Thank you so much to 519 for having us today. It was our first time on 519. So you see, again, you're setting a trend.
Nice.
You're a trendsetter.
Nice.
Yeah. Right? It was our first time at 519 and we were really greeted with the best hospitality. So thank you to the team at 519 for having us. And we will be here again. Okay, so guys, make sure, come down the road for those who are not from South. And if you're from South, just come. Right? So 519 at C3 Center, right here in Corinth, San Fernando. All right. So thank you again to Kenny Phillips.
Thank you.
Right? Ladies and gentlemen, it's been great. Thank you so much. Again, I'm JL Valdez, your host. And until next time, make sure and take care of yourselves, take care of your mental health, and tune in for the next episode so we can talk more about all the mental health actual factuals. All right? And scene. Yay! You did it!